What up, y'all? Hey, I got COLD187, West Coast fucking legend, Pomona in the house, above the fucking law. Sorry I'm so excited, guys, but one of my favorite fucking groups ever.
That's right.
What's up, bro? Where are we at?
Man, you know, shit, we chilling in, where we at, Porterville?
Porterville, yeah. Eagle Mountain Casino. Shout out to Joey, Eagle Mountain Casino, the whole tribe.
Yeah. Show tonight with Ice Cube, and then I hosted the after party, so it's dope, man.
Nice.
Doing, you know, just still throwing up that W, you know how we do it.
Hell yeah.
30-something years later. 30 plus.
Right? What you're giving up our age, bro.
It's all good with me. I'm blessed, so I'm good.
What you got going on right now? You got any other shows coming up right now?
Well, you know, I'm doing a bunch of stuff with C-Bowl. Doing a couple of car shows coming up in the Midwest and up in Sac area and Seattle area, Tacoma. Yeah, so we moving around a little bit, man. You know, trying to keep the vibe out there, man.
Nice, hell yeah. A lot of people.
This is an icebreaker right here. This is a little icebreaker.
A lot of people don't know, but one of Tupac's verses ever was with you guys. Call It What You Want.
Yeah, before he was actually Tupac.
He was a backup dancer for Digital Underground.
That's right. Yeah,
and you guys brought him on.
That's right.
Yeah.
By accident. Money B brought him to the studio, and Shock G missed the session.
Oh,
so we wanted 4 MCs. Rest in peace, KMG. We wanted me, Shock G, Mun B, and KMG. Right? Shock couldn't make the session. So Mun suggested give Pac a shot. He had already did, same song?
Same song.
Which was only like an 8.
That was his first song.
Only like an 8,
Yeah, that was his first song. You guys were his second song.
Yeah.
Before he was even an artist.
Digital, before he was even an artist. Before he did and all those,
everything.
The whole little trap movement that he was, you know, got me trapped and all that movement. But early in his career, and we just gave a young dude a shot, and he delivered. Not knowing that he was gonna become who he became, though. And Pac was so humble, you know, his whole career. I know him his whole career. So, because Agent Gregory, which was their manager, used to be our assistant manager at Ruthless.
Okay.
You know, he was Jerry Heller's right-hand man at the time. So we spent a lot of time, so we always were in a lock with him, you know, with Digital. So.
And so Call It What You Want, you guys also had EAZY-E on that video.
Yeah.
You guys had Tupac and EAZY-E.
Trench was
on there, yes. Shout out Naughty by Nature.
Ren.
Yes, Ren, yes.
Was on there.
Yeah, you had a lot of West Coast legends on that video. Yeah, I remember. Other than your own music, what are you listening to right now? What's on the play track, or what's mandatory, or what gets you in the groove? Whether it's old school, new school, what is it?
For me, it's really like music. So, you know, because I listen to all kinds of music. As a producer, you know, to keep that creative edge, I listen to all kinds of music. Not so much the new trendy stuff, but more like if I'm listening to, sometimes I listen to classic R&B, funk, you know, soul, classical sometimes, a lot of rock stuff, you know what I mean? Just the jazz as well, because, you know, I'm a musician.
I've been getting into a lot of jazz myself.
You know, I play 3 different instruments, so for me, jazz is like something that I'm into as well. So, you know, so a lot of different music. I mean, particularly, you know, I'm heavy on the funk, heavy on like my family legacy music, the Willie Hutch stuff, Isaac Hayes, stuff, things of that nature. And then, you know, always the classic hip hop. I'm just from that era that it was so dope, you know what I mean? So I'm always on that. But here and there, some of the new stuff, but not so much.
Nice.
It's trendy. It's not that it's not like my thing. It's just, I think with music, what people have to realize, it's a space for everybody. You know what I mean? So, and sometimes you might not be a fan of it, but I respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Correct. Nice. Now, if you could jump into a time machine, go back to when you were a little knucklehead.
Okay.
12 years old, 15 years old.
Okay.
What would you tell yourself?
Be an adventurer like I did. Just adventure, you know, explore, you know, always keep your mind open, you know what I mean? Like, I think I didn't grow up in a mind state of being closed-minded, but I think we all grew up in that time, that era where we had tunnel vision of what was going on, like in the hood, the politics of that. So I would say keep my mind broader
yourself in one bubble,
in a box.
you can be multiple things.
Absolutely.
Not only a lover and a fighter, but producer, adventurer, whatever the case may be.
Because I think the good thing that I learned from EAZY was that part. You know what I mean? That when I came, you know, I already was those things. I was already a musician. I wasn't an acclaimed producer, but I was producing. And he gave me the opportunity. He understood where I was coming from as a young kid on the streets, doing that, to give me my shot to do that because his mind was like that. You know what I mean? He wasn't in a box.
Shout out EAZY-E, R.I.P. Again, you guys, this is a West Coast legend we have here. Again, he's telling you guys stories about TUPAC, EAZY-E, fucking Trench. This guy is a West Coast legend if you don't know and you're under a rock. Now, for those that are under a rock and don't know what's up, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me at COLD187 Mansa Musa. That's COLD187 Mansa Musa. On Facebook, you can find me at COLD187.
Nice.
That's it.
Hell yeah. You want to give a shout out to anybody before we let you go?
Yo, yeah. Shout out to my crew. Shout out to all of my homies. And shout out to all the people out there who've been supporting us for over 30-something years. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my man KMG. Rest in peace, my man Laylar and Gomac. Shout out to DJ Chaos, Enough, Cocaine, and the rest of the Buffalo Black Mob family. Love y'all. We out.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Hey, if you're not here at Eagle Mountain Casino tonight, you guys are fucking up and missing out. But again, we just had 187 hit the fucking stage above the law. It was fucking epic, real inclusive. You guys should have fucking been here. We'll catch you guys on the next one again. Peace. Appreciate you, G.
That's right. Thank you.
Hell yeah.